everyone, welcome to Flatware Creations. I'm Jeremy. I have just got an order for 4 of these card letter holders made from forks. So the Etsy order just came through. I have 1, so I need to make 3 more. So I figured, why not hop on live? I haven't been online in a couple of days, so here we go. My workspace is a disaster. I have silverware everywhere because I have a huge order for rings coming up. I have parts from other projects. I still have to bend my sterling silver bracelet. Let's see, I think the zoom is not zoom, but the focus is off. Let's try this. This beautiful sterling pattern here. So I have a pendant, and then I'm going to have, these guys are going to be bracelets. I might do those real quick just to show you how I bend them. So let's get started with this. So I'm going to start by flattening out. Like I said, everything is just, I've been doing really small projects and just doing things in batches. That goes over there. Oh no! What decided it didn't want to work on my camera? Let's see if I can get that reset for you real quick. There we go. I think I'm getting the hang of this. It's getting a little bit easier. Alright, so right here we go. First I'm going to hammer these guys out with my little mallet. This is some brown board. It's paneling. After a while you get a little divot in here. You might be able to see it, but there's a little dugout spot where all this has been hammered out. If you put your fork or spoon right over that, you'll actually, and you hit it with the heel of your hammer, it will actually divot that down and you'll get it pretty flat, which is really nice for some projects. Just gonna straighten out the tines. Alright, the next part is I take my leather. This is about, I forget how thick it is. Zero that out. Zero again. Come on, go to 0. Okay, so we are at almost 4 millimeters off. I like it being thick. It does squish down over time, but this allows me to have some nice structure around my piece. So I'm going to start with my pattern facing towards me. Hi Lou, how you doing today? Let me bring it up here a little bit. There we go. Get the focus set there. Yeah, it's been a few days. Okay, so I'm starting with the pattern facing me. What this allows me to do is every time I start off the right way. I like to use this tool. It's basically a hollow screwdriver. Some people have you cut off the little heads that are for nuts. I'm doing pretty good today. My back's feeling good, so I'm happy, and I'm in the shop, my happy place, so that's all the better. Oh, I forgot to turn this guy on. Where is it? Order. Move up. Hi, how you doing? Let's flip this. There we go. Now you can see me. If my camera's still right, which it's not. We'll get this guy figured out. Properties, deactivate, activate, configure video. I've finally got this going good. Alright, so I like to use this. You don't have to use this. You can use just a pair of round nose pliers, and for that matter you can use just a pair of flat pliers. These guys here. They will allow you to get the bends you need. If I was doing this, I would rather use my round nose pliers. You're going to get less marks. But since I have this, I'm going to go ahead and use this. You want to start on the outsides because the fork pattern is towards you. That means whenever you move these towards you, these are the front legs. So these are the ones that are the most important. I'm going to bring them down and then bring it out. Whenever you're coming out, I may have gone too far down here. I normally like to have a little bit more space. But see how there's not a lot of room in this section here? I have to be really careful how far I bend this piece out, because if I go too much, it's just going to start to rip right there. So I think I have enough out this way on this one. Yeah, that's all I'm going. And this guy needs to be the same. Okay. Now we'll do the same to the back. Just bring it around back, and you're going to open it up a little bit. For the back tines, I like to have them where my back feet are within the body of the fork head, if that makes sense. Can you guys see that okay? So I don't want it way out here. Like if you go from the back side, see how far these guys are out here? We want these wide, but we don't want the back ones wide. And the same. So now that we have that part done, I get rid of my brown board here, and we're going to go to the anvil portion of this. The important part here is to make sure that whenever you're looking at this, you don't want your fork stem handle to be off-sided. So the first thing we're going to do is get this straight. So to do that, I need to make this go like this. So I'm going to push down on this tine. Let's see if I can get you in here. Still trying to get used to my new thing. So I'm going to push down on this tine to see if I can get that straight. And to me, that is nice and straight this way. So the next step before we go trying to make anything else straight, we have to bend the tips of the front. The easy way that I've found is these pliers are one size, So if I go through and I go to where the tip is pointed out, just where I can feel it, and I'm just going to go up the 90 degrees. So I have a hard bend here. Sometimes you don't want that hard of a bend, so you don't have to go that far. You can go a little bit less, but I like them to be nice and straight. That way any pictures or anything has something really to grab onto. So our next step is going to be to put this bend in it before we get too far. So here's how I do that. I put this guy in the vise facing me. So again, my fork head is facing me. Come on, there we go. Pattern facing me. I'm going to go down, I don't know what it would be, so for me it's like 2 fingers to the bend. So if I do this and I go 2 fingers and I clamp it down, theoretically that should be right. I have also done this. I've taken it to where the hammer fits in there. And then I put this in here and I'm going to hit, you guys can't see anything. So I put this right in here. I'm lifting it up to the tines and I'm just going to hit it here. It doesn't need a lot of curve, and we're going to have to straighten that out at the end. But now we have this little bend, which I don't think is going to be enough. Okay, so let me bring you to my disaster zone here. Try and get that to where you guys can see it. On here, we've got a wobbly. So this is flat. My vise does have kind of a higher points on the edges. So you don't want to happen. So we know that the front tines and the body is correct. So what we need to fix is the back, and in particular this piece. So here's how I do that. I'm going to take, and I can see that when I'm holding down the 2 points here, this guy is down and he's nice and flat. So that means this one here, I'm just going to bend down just slightly. Okay, so we're almost there. Let's go down just a touch more. Super close now. There we go. No one's moving anymore. So that's what we want. Our next step here is to now make it so that it will hold a picture or a phone. I like to take my phone and just put it in here, and I wish I could get you guys lower. Let's see, with the new gimbal, can I go back here? I can. So I'm going to turn this. There you go. Awesome. That's perfect. Okay. See this gap right in here? We want to get rid of that gap. So to do that, we need to make this bend come back further. So there's 2 ways you can do this. You can put it back in the vise, or you can bend it with a pair of pliers. I like to do the vise just because it's smoother. So I'm going to put this right back in here. just like we did before. Oh, that's too high. Okay, that should be close enough for now. Where was it? I shouldn't have moved the camera. Sorry about all the movement, guys. Wrong way. There we go. So now we have just a little bit of air right here. For this little bit, I'm just going to take and hold it. Make sure you don't put pressure on the tines here. Just go back just a little bit from that point. Okay, so you can see the mouse right here. Just make sure I can see it. So you guys can see it right there. So that means from here to here, it's not touching. For most things, this is okay, but I mark it with my finger, and I'm going to take, just try and bend that over just a little bit from that point. So I'm just putting in my pliers just until I feel it bend. That's normally enough. Once you feel it bend, generally it's too far. There we go. It's nice and even all the way back. I'm pretty happy with that. Just a little adjustment. And there we go. So you can use these for cards. I just had my business card. Oh, there it is. Bing. Pictures, anything you want to put there. You can use it to hold your glue sticks, your super glue. So there's one with all the steps explained, and now we'll do one fast. Make sure you guys can see here first all the steps. I think I have some stuff loosening up. On my little arm here. Stay up there. Alright, we got a piece of wire up there now. Alright, so here we go, fast. Here's my forks. Again, with that heel portion there, just going to fix the tines, flip it over to flatten it out. Pattern side towards us. Remember, give yourself enough room here on the bottom to be able to bend those tines over. And because these are the front side, you want them out farther. And the back side, we're going to go down and bring them over about to the edge. far enough to make it stable, but not so far that it's as wide as the front. So let's go ahead and do this part. And if you don't have two hammers, you can hit it just like that. I just do this for the ease of it. Pattern side towards us. Woo, that one's got soft tines. Whenever they bend like that, it's really nice, but you got to watch out for them just breaking right off. These are also a little bit more finicky whenever it comes to getting your legs right. All right, next step is to get it even. We'll get our feet situated here. There's no real point in getting it really even until those are bent up, because once you bend these, your point that's touching the shelf is now a different spot. Okay, see, this one here is really wobbly. Oh, you guys can't see it. Focus. All right. So to me, this is straight. This is not straight. So we're going to go here. This leg is the one that's the problem. I'm going to bend it down. Okay, that one's done. This is the one I'm working on. Lay this guy down. So because this one switched over to here, so I'm touching this tine right here, and that's creating the movement. So we either went too far on that or not enough. But whenever I push this down, this is straight to me, so I still want to take it out on this. To do that, just you can lightly touch it with a hammer. Now we're straight. Everything looks good. We'll check it against the phone. Perfect. Done. Go to the next one. It's straight, and it's actually super close to level. That's awesome. Sweet, that one's done. Check our thing here. So something else that can happen is your feet can go too wide. Get this down here. And what I mean by that is you can see down here the feet are almost as wide as the phone. And that's okay sometimes. You just want to make sure that they don't go too wide. So whenever you take them and bend those tines out, make sure that you're not going too far. To fix this, if they are too far, you could normally take your finger and push them in. Just gotta bump it in a little bit. You might have to use pliers or something. Make sure you're straight still. There we go. Checking it again for the back. So now our back is off. You can see it's off quite a bit there. That's my point. I'm just going to bring it up a little bit. There we go. Nice and even again. The top is touching. It doesn't look like it is, but... And now the phone sits in there a lot better. So I'm going to call this one done. This is one of the really easy jobs. Things to do with forks. So I made this Frankenstein gimbal thingy from an old car CD player phone holder. But it works, so I got you guys around here to the side, which I haven't been able to do before. Super excited about that. And now all 4 of these are great. My order is done. I'm going to put them right here in the middle of everything so I don't lose them. And that's how you do that. Okay, on to the next thing. I have the sterling focus. It is such a pretty pattern, and it's super thick. It is kind of weighty. So, more silverware. Imagine that. This all just came out of the tumbler yesterday, I think. I just tossed everything that I got in a shipment in there. I didn't polish, pre-polish, nothing. And nice and shiny. All I did was put Dawn and hot water. That's it. More parts. Alright, I'm going to bring you guys over here. Hi Emily, how are you? Thanks for joining me. So this is just a bonus on to the end of this video. And this will actually be my second time making bracelets with my new block. Let me stop the autofocus. I'm using my main pin. This is the a 1-ton Arbor press. For those of you who haven't visited yet or visited our description, this is a 1-ton Arbor press. Has an extended handle on it from a breaker bar, and the system I'm using is from Flatware. Their website is linked in the description, and this is the 3D press setup. So you'll get the bar, these guys, different shaping blocks. So I put that one on. This is actually a ground out 1-inch coupling. So there's a piece in here that both pipes go into, and this makes the join. And that goes right over this one. So then I just need to center it up. That's the smaller side. My headphones just died. So sad. Did they just come back on? Oh, it just came back on. Nope, they're dead. Alright. Time to rotate out. I have 3 sets of headphones that I just keep on rotation. I want to make sure I'm bending the right 2. I have a pendant that I've cut out, and then I have these 2 bracelet pieces. So I did anneal these, so they are softer. Kind of nervous about using the new one. This is my old block, so I'm nervous here. I should be able... Come on, mess. Give me my stuff back. There it is. Okay, everything is straight. I should be able to put this across. A lot of people do the bending after or before they cut off the handle. So I'm coming down just real slow on that. So I felt this. This hard angle right here is what you'll get. Sometimes you want to be very careful about that. If I didn't anneal this, this would probably crack right here. So I like my new one. I'm going to trust this one a little bit more. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in just enough for it to catch. And then I'm going to take my mallet. I'm holding this with my left hand. Here. Sorry, the camera messed up on me again. Properties. Come on. Come back. There we go. There we go. Okay. So I'm holding this with my left hand, and I'm going to use my right hand, my dominant hand, to bend this. So this is captured right here. It's solid. I'm going to hit it right up against where the plastic and the silver meet. I'll push it in a little bit further, try and get that bend to get out of it. I just saw it move back towards me a little bit. That's what I want. Okay, got a lot of it there. Okay, so right now we have our bracelet shape. So that's good. I'm going to flip this around now. Just want to make sure that everything is... Hello, wind chime. So it's weird, the camera is over here, so I don't have full range of motion. Where's my other... So you can kind of see there's no gaps except for up here. I'm going to put this back in here, give myself enough room. So I have this gap here. I got pop-ups popping up everywhere. So right now, Lou, I am just showing you how I bend these sterling silver bracelet blanks. So I've got them in here. I'm just getting the final shape on the ends. So I've got this pinched down. Now if we look, this should be nice and round. That's what we want. What I was saying before was a lot of people will bend these and then cut off the handle, but I actually got these from the places that buy gold and silver, and I only wanted to pay for the handle part, so I had them cut it off. I think it was about that long. That way I didn't have to pay so much for the whole thing, especially if I wasn't able to use the fork or the spoon for later. So they will do that a lot of times. You just have to ask. So this time, because we had that bend happen here, I'm going to start with that side first. So I'm pushing this in here, and I'm holding it just enough to where it's not going to slide out. Again, we know how this bends now, so now I'm just going to hold with my left hand, and I'm going to bend this right up. We can let it go down a little bit. And then just keep pushing it down until everything's bent. I have another pipe when I'm doing bracelets. I have another piece of pipe that I don't have to keep taking this off. So we still have a little bit of gap up here, but everything's looking good. So we're just going to fix that gap a little bit. And that should do it. There we go. Nice. So here's what we have now. We have our two bracelet blanks. We just put them together, making sure that they're the same angle. And everything looks good to me. And it's that easy. Let's see if I can get everybody around here. Focus. All right. So we got these guys done. You know, I'm gonna keep this video. I'm gonna shut it off right here. Where are we at? We're 37 minutes. Sorry, guys. I'm actually gonna wire up this bracelet now. So we have it done, and I'll show you how I wire up my bracelets. So I'm gonna hop off here, and I'm gonna start another live. So thank you guys that joined me. If you're gonna follow me over, I'll see you there in a second. Let's see, let's get rid of this, and